ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobes show on Monday the 11th of February 2019. And we've had some good weather. We've had some marvellous weather. We've had some fantastic weather. In other words, it hasn't been raining, which is a godsend, especially when you want to go out and do some filming. Of course, it's lovely to be here on this slightly... I was going to say dark evening, but actually, I don't know if you've noticed, I looked out my window earlier, I think it was yesterday evening, at about 4:30, 4:45, and I suddenly went, wait a minute, it's light. It is still light. And it was only 2-3 days ago, wasn't it? Oh, last week, that it was dark at 3 o'clock, or at least that's how it seems to me. So, yeah, we're getting lighter evenings. Hallelujah! Longer days, which is great for me. Means I can work extra hard. I can go out and make a video in the morning and then make a video in the afternoon. And soon I can make a video and you'll be expecting so many videos from me. I just will not have time to edit any of them. Anyway, hello and welcome to the show. Hands are going all over the place as ever. Let me just move my didgeridoo to see if there's anybody out there, which would be rather nice. I see Matthew Holdsworth is there. Hello, Matthew. Ed Keeley, hello to you. Robert Crowser. Chris Puller. Daniel is there. Kevin Hall. Paul Watts. Judith Oakley. Hello to all of you. Hang on a moment. Just going to move my little didgeridoo. I need to move that higher. Dean. How the devil are you, Dean? It's good to see you. George Timperley. Andy Joy. Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? Daniel says, how are you? I'm very well, thank you very much. Had a strange day today. Maya, hello Maya, how are you? Me oh my, how are you, Maya? Anne Osborne, lovely to see you, Anne. Laura Riddle is there. Lots of people are there. Just to remind you, if you're watching on YouTube, this is obviously a rerun. These are only... Thank you for the emojis. It's so nice to see them. Oh, you don't know what that means. It's very, very nice. John Berger, hello to you, sir. Nice to see you. To see you, nice. Mark Selwood, hello, Richard. Good to see you. Thank you very much, Mark. It's good to read your words, so to speak. Evening, spoiling the black velvet... Yeah, sporting the black velvet jacket tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I come into the studio and it's a bit chillier in here than it is in the rest of the house because the Essie, I've said the E word already, the Essie is warming up the house. I have to say, I don't know if Liz is out there, Liz Housden, I have to say a big, big thank you to Liz Housden, who I poodled up over the weekend. I think it was Sunday, it was yesterday, I can't believe it was only yesterday. Went up to Liss, where I was born, and had some trees, had some wood from her wood pile. She's very generous. She said, yeah, come over, fill up your car. I did, and I brought them back. Lovely. And she's had this pile of wood there for about, I don't know, 20 odd years. And those trees have been there for a long time. Probably the trees were planted when I was born, at the same time, from Liss in Hampshire, where I was born, which is so nice. So I've managed to have the Essie burning loud and clear, so to speak. Anyway, Henry David is there. Hello, Henry David. Lovely to see you. James Askoff, how are you? It's good to see you. Richard, I can actually see you now. Good, I'm actually pleased you can see. Could you not see me before? Did you have grit in your eye? Were you wearing dark Ray-Ban glasses that were so dark you couldn't actually see through it? Or were you standing looking at the screen like this, itching to see the back of me? Oh, you've all been wanting to see the back of me, haven't you? And there it is. There's that. It's an old joke, but one never tires. Well, maybe they do. Maybe we do tire from it. Terence Daku, hello. Cynthia Walder, lovely to see you. Richard Suggett, hello, 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 says John Berger. Claire Leach, good to see you. Simon Brown, all the way from down under. Simon Brown, connecting from... I didn't know they had the internet down under. Do you have, unlike here, where we'd have like donkeys on a treadmill or perhaps hamsters in a wheel? What do they put in there? Maybe it's possums. Do they put possums in a wheel to generate, or is it the Skippy, the bush kangaroo? Have you seen any Skippies? That's what I want to know. What? What's that? What's that, Skippy? There's a boy stuck down a well? Oh my goodness, we'll leave him there. We're doing a show. We can't... Oh, you're going off to rescue him. All right, fair dues. Very good. Mark Selwood says, we haven't had the Suggett cooking for a while. No, that's very true. We must get Mr. Suggett on to cook. Mr. Suggett, you're out there. If you were on in the winter, what would you be cooking? That's what I would like to know. Hang on, I've got to have some warming tea. Warming tea tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Claire Leach, hello everyone. Laura Riddle, popped in to say hi, but need to go and get bits done before bed. Fair dues. I know how it is. In fact, now you mention it, so have I. So, anyway, hello. I've got to go and just sort out some stuff before bed, so... Catch you later. Thanks very much, everyone. No, wait, you don't get rid of me that easily. You don't get rid of me that easily. Silly fool. James says he's doing well, which is good. Simon Brown says, evening all, got to go now. Oh, all right, fair dues. Bye. He pops in and pops out. Fiona Cooper, how are you? Hope you're well. Glenn Johnson has joined. And Maya says, did you mention me? I missed it. Yes, well, when you pop up, then when your name pops up, that's when I generally call you out, you see. So don't disappear. When your name pops up, just hang about, because if I can see it, because it's in big green letters. For those on YouTube who don't understand how this works, there's a chat room or a chat facility thing next to the picture. And I guess everybody gets it, and I get it as well. And every time somebody joins, it comes out in green. And that's how I know that they've come in. It's quite good. So that's all. That's how that works. Anyway, let me just move that down. Henry David says, funny you should say about grit in the eye. Oh, yeah. I've had to go to hospital yesterday because I got a smut. Oh, smut from a steam locomotive in your eye. And what did that? Did it burn? Did it burn the eyeball? It'd be all right if it went in this eye, because it's an acrylic eye. It's not a real eye. Pam is here. Hello, Pam. It's very nice to see you there. George Timperley says, wombats on a wheel. Oh, yes, there we go. Wombats on a wheel. Glenn says, hello, people in my computer. Glenn is convinced that none of us actually exist, and that it's just little tiny people in the computer. A bit like the... what was the name of those people in the Beano? That I think it was the Beano, where they were the numbskulls. Were they the numbskulls? Those tiny little people that used to actually... You know, they're the people that actually operate people. There's this whole world of little people inside the head. I wonder who works each individual little person inside their heads, though. That's sort of a thing that could go on and on and on forever. Steve Pilfold, hello to you. Matthew says, a git in your eye, Henry. No, grit, a git in your eye. Maya says, typical. A message came in that moment. Yes, what did you do? Switch on and then run off? Richard says, Jerusalem artichoke soup. Did we not do something with Jerusalem artichokes the last time you were here? I seem to remember that you and Jerusalem artichokes are like the thing that I think about you with, because I know you've got, they're the very tall things that look like teasels, but have got artichokes on. Is that right? Am I thinking of the right thing? Something with cabbage and potato. Oh, cabbage and potato soup. That would be good. Or could you not roll something up into cabbages? That would be, use cabbage leaf, get a big leaf, and make up some, maybe, not tobacco, but like making a big cigar, but maybe chili, some sort of chili or some mince or some sort of stuff, or maybe some stringy pork. Excuse me. Stringy pork would be nice, with some onions and mushrooms. Not mushrooms, because you're allergic to them. Well, they'll kill you. But, some garlic and stuff in there, and some black pepper, and then roll them up, and then perhaps bake them. Maybe that would work. Obviously you could pre-cook the mince and stuff. Just a thought. Hello to Tony Graham. Hello, Tony Graham. I hadn't seen Tony Graham. Is Tony Graham there? Hello to you if you're there, says Robert Croser. Nigel Sadler, hello to you, Nigel Sadler. Steve Pilfold, people just on YouTube don't deserve to know how it works. Well, I know that the YouTube people have their own similar sort of chat facility, I guess. So that's all. Marie Paul, hello, Marie Paul. Is it Marie Paul? Sorry, I said Marie, but it says Marie. Good evening to you. It's just so you know, if if I mispronounce your words or your names, it's there's a combination of there's a monitor behind the camera that I'm looking at, which is not very high definition, so that doesn't help. And these glasses are actually not the correct prescription. Why do you wear them then, they say? Why do you wear them? And the reason I wear them is because they've got some sort of coating that is supposed to stop the lights from glaring on them as much as my other glasses, which do. So, you know, I'm doing it all for you, ladies and gentlemen. Billy and Sharifa have come back from the Morrisons. Hello, Billy and Sharifa.
Hello.
Have you come back from Morrisons?
Yes.
Yes, they've come back from Morrisons, ladies and gentlemen. Have you bought anything nice? What treats have you got?
Dish wrap.
Oh, you got a new, what, for the kitchen?
No, for a room.
Oh, that's charming. They've got, ladies and gentlemen, they bought themselves, they've been to Morrisons buying nice stuff, and they bought a new dishwasher. You know the thing that you put dish racks and stuff? May I show them? We've got a nice one in the kitchen. We've got a lovely one. I've had it for about 20 years. It's a bit mouldy and knackered, so it does need a new one. And Sharifa, Billy's lovely girlfriend, said, "We've bought one. We've bought a new one. And here it is. Here it is." And I said, "Oh, that's very nice. Is that for the kitchen?" "No, it's for our room." bloody cheek, eh? Yeah.
Plates we keep in our room.
Oh yeah, all the plates they take upstairs. Yeah, well, I'll let you crack on then. It's an outrage, isn't it? An absolute outrage. Anyway, there we are. Shirley Walder's here. Daniel says it was dark. That is why I couldn't see you. Oh, it was dark. Oh, well, I'm sorry it was dark. You should turn the light on. Marie Paul says, "Hello, Tracy." "Hello, Tracy. All right, Tracy." "Yes, I'm all right, Marie. How are you?" "Oh, I'm all right. You know how it is." "No, I don't. That's why I asked you." "Oh, I see. Well, it's, you know, it's average." "What's average?" "It is." "Is it?" "Yes." "Oh, why are you talking in my voice?" No, you got my voice. In fact, we both got... Oh, whatever. Richard Suggett says something. Dom Malades. Hang on. Dolmades. Dolmades? What is that? What is Dolmades? Dolmades. Steve Pilfold says that I tried to film a train doing 75 miles an hour past Berwick's signal box from the balcony once. Didn't take into account that I was at a funnel. Oh, at the funnel height. That's what it said, funeral for a minute. I was at the funnel height. Got hit in the eye. Got a bit in my eye. You can see the video shake as I winced. Oh my God. Yeah, how awful is that? So sorry to hear that. How is the eye? Is it okay? Fiona is saying something. Tracy says, loving the Ted with the purple hair. Oh, yes. This is the Ted with the purple hair. Come on. Oops. Hang on, it's gone bald. Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take it down to the hairdressers. There we are. Look, this is Ted with the purple hair. Hello, Ted.
Hello, mate.
How are you, Ted?
I'm all right, mate.
What have you been up to?
Not a lot, mate.
Why not?
I just sit in the background till somebody notices me.
Well, do you know what? Somebody has noticed you today. Tracy Highland, or Halland, or whatever. She's noticed you.
What's her name?
Don't ask me to repeat it.
Now go on, what's her name?
Highland.
Highland?
Or H-Y. What sound does H-Y make?
He.
Pardon?
He. Well, a Y sounds like an I, doesn't it?
A Y sounds like an I. Well, that's true. It could sound like an I. So it would be Highland.
Highland.
Hi. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? I've just got to move the thing. Hold on a second. Let's just move this down a bit more. Steve Pilfold says fartichoke. Oh, yes, because did you know that artichoke... Move that out your hair, please. Artichokes are called fartichokes. No, that's what they're called. They're called fartichokes. And don't look at me like that. It's true. What? Why? What does that... Oh! Yeah, exactly. That's exact. Why are we doing this? Look, you're just a teddy. You've got to go back. Go back over there. Go back and keep quiet. I do apologise for that, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of self-indulgence there. Meanwhile, you've been saying some very nice things, and I just need to catch up with what they are. Richard Suzzett says, you're thinking, I glove artichokes Jerusalem. Do you? You wear them. Are also known as, yes, we got all that. I can come up with something. I'm sure you can. Glenn Johnson says, I have a steam train soot in my eye after a day I had to go to hospital. Needle in the eye wasn't the best thing I've experienced. No, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I have had in the past a biopsy, which was not nice. That is a needle in the eye where they then cut something out, and you are awake and looking up at the surgeon as they come in and take a bit out. They just numb the eye and they take something out on a biopsy. Then I have had 3 cornea transplants, 3 because each one didn't fail. They stick a cornea on your eye and they put stitches around it. And then you're on steroids to try and alleviate the pain, which is not nice either. And then I've had an eye removed and now I have an artificial eye. The whole process, you can't make me wince about eye issues anymore. I am immune to them. So Claire says, what's in your allotment at this time of year, Richard? Well, I'm glad you asked, because in my allotment this year, I have a couple of oak trees. Oh, you're talking to the other Richard. All right, fair dues. Maya says, waving to the jungles, juniors, draining board. What? Steve Pilfold says, sorry if I've missed a few whilst I was talking. I do apologise. They go so quickly. I got a few new glasses this week. The bloody anti-reflective coating on my old ones suddenly went crazy paving. It was like looking through fog. Yes, when I lost my eye, the 4-year period of the protracted 4 years of losing this eye, for most of that time, this eye looked through fog. It was like looking through a misted up bathroom window all the time for 4 years, when I could, when I had any perception of light, that is, as well as headaches and everything else. Linda Kane says, stuffed vine leaves. Stuffed vine leaves. How can you stuff a vine leaf? Greek, I think. Maya says, a Greek dish with stuffed vine... What? Are you psychosomatic? It's like one says it and then the next one is going...
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Ian Beddoes is there. Hello, Ian Beddoes. Hang on. Robert Crosser says, turned into the sooty... I did turn into the sooty show. Sorry about that. You'll be pleased I'm not coming up now. Well, I am coming up, but I'm not coming as far as I was. Just so you know, unfortunately, the trip that you were going to get rid of me of is on, but I'm not going quite as north, and I won't be seeing the lovely Robert Crosser. Mainly because I was fearful that he was going to hit me because I've taken the mickey out of his up north accent, lad. Aye. So I can now continue to take the mickey out of Robert Crosser. And he's up there north. We're up north, lad. Up north accent, because obviously I won't be seeing him for a while. Lynn Bussey has joined. Hello, Lynn. Ian Beddoes says, Eric is busy cutting wood these days. Yes, he's no longer in the basement. He's out there chopping wood, which is a useful thing for a purple-faced dwarf. Yeah. So Linda Kane says, turning sound down now. Let me know when he's finished. Oh, what about the eye? Finished. I have finished. You can talk. I've had train soot in my eye. It hurts. So that's it. And Lynn Bussey says, love. Ah, isn't that nice? Not sure to whom, but that's what she says. Anthony Jones, we might be getting the Shrewsbury Northern Relief Road at last, if you come this way. Yeah, well, funnily enough, I will be going up to Shrewsbury on Monday, because I was going to go up to Newcastle with the lovely Julia, but that's no longer going to Newcastle. My client at one point said, okay, I can give you a lift up to the clients and we'll sort it all out. Then they said, but you can't leave your car anywhere, which was a nuisance because I was going to drive to the client and then she was going to take me up. So then I thought, oh, I've got to go up, but I'm only as far as Darlington. Darlington. Oh, Darlington, which is still a long enough way, I can tell you. So I'm going to break the journey. I'm going to do a sort of chevron shape thing. I'm going to go and stay over the night with Harriet, who's very kindly said that Lola will put me up, and then go off to Darlington, do the stuff, and then probably stay at Harriet's on the way down, so that I break the journey into 2 3-hour journeys, which seems like a sensible thing. Glenn Johnson says, Richard, bald. How long does it take to be able to judge distance and speed again? Yes, it did take a little bit of time. Did you know the thing about having the one eye is not so much long distance stuff? I can judge that quite all right. It's short distances. The funniest thing was pressing the sat nav on the dashboard to go, okay, I want to put in the postcode, and you go to put in the postcode, and everything seems about a little bit closer than before. Parking is the biggest issue I have when it comes to driving, because I always think things behind me or things in front of me are about a foot or two closer than they really are. So I'm reversing, thinking, oh my God, I'm going to hit that car, because it looks like the car is right there, but actually you've got 2 foot, which is very useful. But you know, if you're driving down roads, narrowish roads, and there's cars either side, and there's just really a room for one car down the middle that you drive down, and all I can think of is I'm incredibly close on the left-hand side, because it's my left eye that's gone, that I'm going to clip all the wing mirrors on the way down. All the time I think, oh my God, I'm too close to that, I'm too close, because things just look closer than they really are. But after about 12 foot, I can judge distances no problem at all. So, yeah, so there we go. Anyway, Robert Croser says, going as far as Darlington, I hear. That's just down the A66, not too far. Uh-oh, he's going to come and get me. Ems Molly. Hello, Ems. Hello, Mr. Vobes. Where are your travels taking you this week? Thank you, Ems. Nice to see you there. Sorry if there's a bit of a delay between when you type and when I see them, because sometimes it does take a bit of time. This is a good question. Where am I traveling? Tomorrow I'm going on a nature trail. I'm going on a nature trail tomorrow. Thought it'd be a bit different. The video coming up tomorrow, Mr. Suggett is in it. Mr. Suggett and I are looking for fairies near Arundel. We're looking for fairies, so that should be interesting. The one after that is I'm near Highdown. That's another local one, I'm afraid, to me. Near Highdown, looking for I'm looking for a mystical hound. And then tomorrow, tomorrow actually doing stuff. I'm filming on a nature trail. I won't tell you where it is in case you all turn up and want to, wave and beat me up or something. So that won't be that'll just be like looking at nature and laughing. No, not laughing, looking at nature and enjoying it. But thank you very much for asking. Maya says, well, at least we know what we're on about. Good. Mark Selwood says, none of us would lull you into meet-up just to thump you, surely. I don't know. You never know. Daniel says, Richard, did you know that there is a new castle up at Newcastle? Oh, what is there, a new castle? There's an angel up in the north too, nearby. I believe that Laurel and Hardy stayed at Newcastle. In fact, some years ago, and we were talking about 15, maybe 20 years ago now, my friend Nigel and I, we were promoting a train, and we stayed at Newcastle, and we stayed, I think... well, I don't think we were in the same rooms, but we were in the same hotel that Stan and Ollie had stayed in the 50s when they had come over and done their tour, I think their last tour, and we stayed in the same hotel. Obviously not in the same rooms because our rooms were cheap and cheerful, which was a shame. Jason Harville says hello to you. Hello. Oh, by the way, it's Monday. What's in the box? What is in the box, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, it's a Christmas. Merry Christmas, you absolute legend. That's what it says there. That's just the box. So the question is, what is in the box? Animal, vegetable or mineral? Make your own guesses. if you remember last time, I think we had a cotton reel in there. That was very good. And I believe Anne, was it Anne Osborne who got that, if I remember rightly? So there we are. Steve Pilfold, the problem of thinking things are nearer when they are, or when they aren't, really, I mean, is the exact opposite of the problem my wife has when she keeps driving my car into things. Oh, right, yeah, so she thinks things are further away. It's better to think that everything is much closer than you are because you don't hit anything that way. I'm probably a safer driver as a result. So there we are. A naturist trail. No, it's a nature trail, not a naturist. I'm taking my clothes off if that's what you mean. Thank you. It'll be overcast tomorrow and windy, but not raining. So I'm hoping it's going to be all right. High Down Hounds, The Miller and Stern's Nightclub. There we go. That's all rolled into one. What could be better, eh? Jason Harville says, buffering the internet's way of telling you to slow down. Oh, is it buffering again, Kevin? I think it's Midhurst. I think all of Midhurst gets buffered, doesn't it? Basically. Henry David Allen, which train were you promoting? There you go. That's an interesting question. I don't know whether it was when Virgin got the franchise many years ago. It was on the north, it was on the west side. And we went from King's Cross. Where did we go? King's Cross, York. Did we go to Durham? Can't remember if we stopped at Durham. We definitely did York. We did Newcastle. We did Edinburgh. We did 5 stops, and each stop we got off, and we were entertaining the people on the train. It was either a new train or they'd had the new franchise, and they were making a big thing about it. And there were brass bands, there were all sorts of bits and pieces. It was a deep purple train, if I remember rightly. The worrying thing was that we saw that horrible man. We didn't know he was a horrible... Well, we always suspected he was a horrible man. That horrible paedophile, Jimmy Savile, was running around in a blue... I seem to remember very vividly a blue shell suit. Do you remember those awful shell suits that people used to wear that were supposedly... what do you call them? Tracksuits. It was this horrible shell material. It's awful. And he was running around with his cigar going... Oh, hello. But we didn't get to talk to him. Luckily, didn't want to, but we saw him running around sort of throwing himself at everything. We were hoping he was going to throw himself under a train, but that didn't happen. So that's, a thimble. Oh, sorry, you're all guessing. Hang on, I've got to go and have a look. Hang on, sorry. You got me going on that, didn't you? M says, well, at least I got my answer before the buffer. Enjoy your nature walk. Thank you very much, M's Molly. I will do that. Daniel says, Richard, what day are you going to High Down? I've done it. It's all done. Been to High Down, done that, did that today. £2 coin. Is that what's in the box? Bigger than a £2 coin. Thank you very much. Good question. George says, bad news, Richard. I haven't posted on YouTube for a while. I haven't been able to get anywhere, but I will post as soon as possible. Good man. Good on you, George. Is it an AA battery, says Dean? No. Actually, what is it? Oh, yeah. It's not an AA battery. You nearly had me there. It's a screw, says Linda Kay. No, it's a bit bloody heavy screw, that would be. A snooker ball. Well, it's... no. Oh, well, we had a golf ball, didn't we, if you remember rightly. It's not a snooker ball. Daniel says... Jason Harville says, a smaller box in the box. Could be, but it isn't. Anne Osborne, here we go. Wait for it. Anne Osborne's good at this. Is it a £1 coin? No. I'm sorry, Anne. It's too heavy. So here we go. Myro Clydro, non de plume to the stars, has joined us. And what does he say? He says, good evening. In the box. Hang on, I've lost it. In the box, something. Yes, of course the box has something in it. You nana. A conker, it's not a milk bottle top. Henry David Allen says it could be when Virgin got the East Coast franchise. That's what I think it was. Can you remember the date? Would you know the date for that, Henry, and I would know a bit. There was a big hoo-ha fanfare they were doing, and I think it was to do with Richard Branson. Ray Daniel says, in the box, a car, or I've lost it, a lens cap to the box. No, it's not a lens cap. It was opened 1850. Hang on. Gosh, it's going ever so fast this evening. It's all that buffering. Lens cap in the box. No, it's not a lens cap, but that's it. That would be a very heavy lens cap, Ems. Dave Ford says Newcastle Station was the first converted station in the world. It was opened in 1850. Newcastle Central Station. Oh, right. Fair enough. Central Station. When Deep Purple trains accelerate away, they leave smoke on the water, says Steve Pilfold. Do they? Do they have to be by water for that to happen? Not that I know where Bywater is. And isn't that Bywater? That's in Surrey somewhere, isn't it? That's the East Coast, says Ian. Oh, yes, so it is. Never, I can never tell my left and my right, don't you know? Myro Clydo says the places you mentioned are on the east side. Oh, yes, now everybody's... Now, see, as soon as one person says it, the world and his brother is going,
Here, Richard, you got it wrong, you stupid little man, you bald limp.
Yes, I know that now, thank you. Thank you for that. The places... Yeah, I read that. Anne Osborne. Here we go. Anne Osborne, stand by. A clothes peg. I don't know. Everyone's guessing very light. Does that not sound heavy? Give me, maybe, if I tell you it's something in there made of glass. Give you that much of a clue. Glass. Henry David Allen says, it was, if Savile was involved, it must have been a while ago. Maybe it was the East Coast. Yes, sorry. I got the west and the right, the left, the east and the north, the west and the east. Please spit it out. Thank you. Done it. Yes, it was the East Coast, because we went... It was great, the East Coast, because as you get towards Scotland and you go through Berwick-on-Tweed, which is not where I got my lovely Harris tweed jacket from, thank you very much. Actually, I do need another Harris tweed jacket. I need one that's better fitting. I must have lost weight since those days. You can get big screws. Yes, I realise you can get big screws, but it isn't a big screw. It's an RAC battery, an AAA battery. No, it's not. I've told you it's made of glass. Will you blooming well listen? Steve Pilfold says, was it the introduction of electric trains on the East Coast? Main electric trains? I don't know. I mean, as I say, it must have been 20 years ago. An object, yes, an object in here made of glass in the box. What is it? That'll be the 90s. Yes, it was in the 90s. Thank you. Probably in the 90s. Yes, it was. That's right. It would have been in the 90s. I don't know whether it was before Snug and Cozy or after. It was probably pre-Snug and Cozy, probably about 93, something like that. Mark Selwood says, is it an anchor power? What? A spare glass eye? Robert Croser. Yes, my spare glass eye. A 9-volt battery. No, it's made of glass. 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 Think of arse and put gl in front of it. In the box, a stone... Heaven forbid. Could you please tell us what is in the box? No. A teaspoon. No, it's not a teaspoon. A marble. Not a marble. Okay. George Timperley, I'm going to more disused railway... Oh, do more. More. No E in more. Well, there is an E, yes. You've got too many O's in the word more. You've written like Patrick Moore's name. It's M-O-R-E. Too many O's. You've got two. It's ooh. Is it? Yes, Glenn. It is. It is made of glass. A shot glass. Very good, Richard Suggett. It's not the answer, but now you're thinking. Is it a spare glass eye? This is an acrylic eye. Thank you. A marble. No, it's not a marble. A shot glass. No, it's not a shot glass. It's a container. It's a container. Look, we've dropped 2 clues here. I want to do. I'm not brainy enough to set this, but I want to do a cryptic, or I'd love to do a treasure hunt, a sort of treasure hunt thing where we could put a map up, or you look on the maps and things, and, you know, an interactive sort of treasure hunt thing where I bury something, metaphorically. I don't really bury it, but we say it's buried somewhere in, say, Sussex or the UK. And over a series of questions, we managed to give you, like, you know, like a treasure hunt. You managed to do it. You're making me giggle, says Maya. Oh, good, that's all right. Is it a marble? Everyone's saying marble. No, it's not a marble. And if you think we're going to do a show with millions of marbles in the background, no. Dentures, thanks, Dave. No, not dentures, but it's good. A shot glass. No, it's a container. Is it a stopper to a decanter? Kevin Hall, that very nice. I like your thinking. You're not right. Is it broken glass? It will be by the end of the show because I'm going to... now, everybody has got the objects so far whenever we've done this, but this one, I don't think you will get this without more help. I think it was the introduction of electric intercity 225 trains on the East Coast Main Line. That's my final offer. And I'm trying to think if we ever had photographs. It was a big deal, all I know, and it was in the 90s. And that idiot who I told you about in the shell suit was running around. I'm sure Richard Branson had something to do with it, and maybe it was to do with electric trains. And 225, is that how fast they go? 225 miles an hour, is that the speed that they're supposed to go? Glenn says, is it a very small window? No, it can't be a small window because it's a container. Is the box... Is it glasses? No, it's not glasses. It's a good guess, and it's a nice little emoji thing that you've managed to put up there, but it's not. If anyone says shot glasses, they will be taken out and shot. It is not shot glasses. Thank you for guessing on that. Very kind of you. A mini jam jar. Ah! Dean Cooper. Dean Cooper is on the right trail. It isn't a mini jam jar, but it is a jar. But it is a jar with something in it. So that's made it a little bit easier now because there's an endless supply of what is in it. But if you get anywhere near right, I will give you guidance. A glass container. Yes, thank you, Mick. Yes, it's a glass container. A glass spice pot. Lin Lu is even closer. Lin Lu, do you know... I thought we may not get this one, but now I think we're getting close. So, Lin Lu has given the best answer so far. You're right, but what is the spice? That is the thing. Is it a geocache? No, it's not a geocache. Glass measuring cup? No. Like Challenge Annika? Yes, but without the bum. A small pestle jar? And Osborne, getting close. Is the box... Is it a mirror? No, it's not a mirror. You're not taking the clues, are you, Daniel? Would everyone own one? Good question. I think any chef worth their salt would own one. And it's not salt. But we know it is the age of the train. There we are. Jimmy the Nonce Savile. Yeah, there we go. Love the show. What's a test tube? No, it's not. A honey jar. No, Claire. It is. Lin Lu said it. Lin Lu said it was a certain type of jar pot. Lin Lu hasn't said any more. Lin Lu, you were so close. Come back with more. A spice jar, Anne Osborne. Yes, but what spice? Which spice is it? No, we're all getting very... I want it to go now. I can't be bothered to move on. A mini jar... Oh, dear, pickled onions. A pickled onion. No, we got the fact that it was a spice jar. It's a spice jar. But what is the spice? Paprika. Here we go. Paprika. No. Salt. No. Salt. No, anyone worth his salt. I said not salt. You're all mad. Cynthia, it's a spice. Spice. I still think it's beeswax. No, Steve Pilfold. It's not beeswax. Pepper grinder. No, it's a glass. The object is a jar. Bloody hell. A pepper pot. No. A shaker. No. It's a spice pot. You know, one of those spice pots that you take something out and you put into the cooking? But it's chili powder. Claire, you're close. But it's not chili. So what could it be? It's not chili. It's not salt. Celery salt. It's not salt at all. Pepper, no. Somebody's going to get it any second now. I can fit spice. Oh, wait a minute. It is a. I'm going to give you. I'll give you a hint. Another hint. Another hint. I've just suddenly thought about this. Okay, it's a spice jar, but you don't just get spices in the spice jar. So it's not spice. Actually, I've just suddenly realised it might be an herb. It might be a herb. So yes, my fault there. Pepper, no. Curry powder. Here we are. Mixed herbs. It's a herb. Which herb? Cinnamon. Someone's going to get it any minute now. I can feel we're all going to be relieved. Thank God for that. 40 minutes in. Chili. Yeah. No. Okay. So I made a bit. Cinnamon. No, it's not cinnamon. It's cinnamon. No, not cinnamon. Curry powder. Thank you for thinking of spice. But it was the spice jar bit that got me there. But it's not spice. Nutmeg grinder. It's not a grinder. It's not a grinder. Mustard. It's mixed herbs. Yes, it's a herb, but what? It's a cockles jar. No, Mark. Herbs. Yes, it is a herb. It is a herb. Cardamom. No. Curry. Cinnamon. No. Very good. Nutmeg. Very close. Herb. Yes, it's a herb. Which herb? Parsley. We're getting there. Parsley. No, not parsley. Good one. Thyme. Not thyme. It's about bloody thyme. Basil. Very close. Paprika. No. We've done those. Basil. No. Smaller than basil. Cannabis. A rub-a-dub, thyme. No. Herb alba. No. Mint. Very good. That's good thinking there. Good thinking. Mint, but it's not quite mint. It's same number of letters as mint. But only one letter in mint that is in this. One letter that's in mint is in this one. You must have got it from that. Anybody would get it from that. Time. No, full time. Full time. Time, gentlemen, please. Time, gentlemen. Emily Champion has joined. She'll get it like that. Basil. No. Less letters. Less letters than basil. Think of the herb garden. Tarragon. 2 minutes. Think of the herb garden. I'm a very friendly lion. I'm a very friendly lion called Basil, right? What was the dog? What was the dog? I am a very friendly lion called it was Parsley, wasn't it? Parsley. I'm a very... Yes, sounds like... Even the lovely Julia is there. They can't get it. Rosemary, no. It's basil. No. Cloves. It's so close. Dill. Tracy, well done. Tracy Highland. Yes, you are right. I'm Dill the dog. I'm a dog called Dill. Here it is. Dill, ladies and gentlemen. Dill, well done. Oh, yes, Dill. Too much dill makes you ill. It sounds like Phil. Thanks. Lovely Julia. To the rescue. So, yes, now you're all saying, yes, we've got it. It's dill. I know there's a delay. I know there's the emojis. Thank God for that. That was 43 minutes to get to that point. I think we all deserve a sit down and a cup of tea. Certainly, yes, dill. Everyone's saying dill. Is it rhyme? No, it's not rhyme. No letters in mint in that, says. No, dill. Mint has an I, doesn't it? And dill has an I. That's what I was getting at. Must have a slurp of this. Glenn Johnson, for goodness sake, yeah. Who uses dill? Well, that is a good question. What do you use dill for? I would love to know where you use dill. I never quite know which, rosemary and thyme and basil, which one goes which. Jill was his sister, was it? Who was Dill? Dill the dog, wasn't it? In I'm a very friendly lion called Parsley. La 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 la. And what about the what was the name of the gardener? Who was the gardener? I'm somebody the gardener. Who was the gardener? Who was the gardener in the herb garden? He was You had Rosemary was the lady of the house, wasn't she? It was Lady Rosemary or whatever her name. You had Dill the dog. You had Dill's good on fish. Oh, that's why we never use it, because we don't eat fish. It's not Dill, it's Morrison's. Well, it is. No, it isn't. It's a Morrison's job. It's their own thing. Who is it? I'm Bayleaf the gardener, wasn't it? I'm Bayleaf the gardener. That's who it was. Yes, Bayleaf the gardener. Dill the dog. Dill from Lidl. Oh, yeah, thanks. Oh, yes, there we are. Henry's saying Bayleaf the gardener. That's right. Thank you. Claire's now saying Bayleaf the gardener. Dill the dog near the knuckle, isn't it? Why is that? I can hear is the call to prayer from a mosque. Really? Dill goes well with salmon. Bayleaf was the gardener. That's right. So who else did we have? We had chives. The little chives. They were like these little funny creatures, weren't they? And there was the dog. Who else was there? There was other characters anyway. The little chives, I remember. They were like school children, weren't they? The chives. They were like little tiny school children, and the teacher coming through, if I remember rightly. Herb Garden, Parsley the lion. It was fantastic. Anyway, enough of this gay banter, so to speak. The chips. Is it Dill on chips? I don't know whether you put Dill on chips. It's a good question, but I don't have the answer for that one. Anyway, we hardly ever use our spices. We've got pots for 25 years. It's a shame, isn't it? People, you buy all these things, racks of them, and you never quite know where you're going to put them or use them or any of that. Well, I don't know. David says, I'm Bayleaf, I'm the gardener. I work from early dawn. You often see me sweeping up the leaves and tidying the lawn. Oh, yes. I'm Bayleaf, I'm the gardener. I work from early dawn. You often see me sweeping up the leaves or I haven't quite got that. Sweeping the leaves or tidying the lawn. Oh, Sage the owl. Oh, yes. I'm a very important animal. I'm a very important owl called... Well, how does he go? I'm a very important animal called Sage. I'm something all the way. What's the one for Sage? Sage the owl. I'm a very important owl called Sage. Something like that, wasn't it? That would be interesting. Oh, Constable Knapweed. Yes, he was always trying to catch Dill the dog. Oh yes, Constable Knapweed. It's such an inventive series that taught children the herbs. I mean, what a brilliant idea. That was fantastic. Hello, Nikki Jess. Auntie Mint. Auntie Mint. I don't remember Auntie Mint. Salmon and Dill. Constable Knapweed, yes. Belladonna, the witch. Spelling's gone again. Belladonna. Don't remember that one. There we are. Emily says, I frequently use the rack. Of course, she's talking about the rack at school for her children, which makes perfect sense. I put mixed herbs on pizzas. Yes, I suppose mixed herbs is the sort of thing that you shove on anything because they're mixed, aren't they? So you can get away with it. Have you seen a series sketch from Mr. M. Comedian, says Maya. No, I haven't seen. I don't watch the television, I'm afraid. So I missed all that. Any good films on at the moment? Haven't they had? They've had some Oscars or BAFTAs or something. What do you make of that? What do you make of these Oscars, BAFTAs, and things? Personally, I don't understand why people watch these award programs. Do you watch award programs? Are you people who watch award programs? I'm a rather fat, feathery owl called Sage. I'm not very happy, in fact, in a rage. That's right. That's brilliant. I'm a rather fat, feathery owl called Sage. Brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, award programs. It's an industry that's patting itself on the back. And why do we care? Why do we care that so-and-so is voted best actor or best actress or such and such? Why is there such a thing? I mean, it just seems so incestuous, and and yet people watch it and they dress up and they go to these things and they're, you know, applauding each other, and it's the same old people, and they're only taking the scripts because it's a challenging part. You know, you've got to be some, I don't know, manically depressed ferret impersonator with 3 legs who's being hard put upon by some evil witch, and you play this stupid character, and then you're, oh yes, you're going to be voted for the best actor. Who does that? My name is Constable Knapweed. I keep law and order. I like to know that all is well along the garden border. I don't know if that was a tune, but yeah, brilliant. Dave, where are you getting these from? He just knows them. He just knows them. They get rubbed into wounds. Oh, do they? Haven't touched herbs since uni, says Robert Croser. Well, you can't get arrested then. Yeah, no one's interested in the award thing. I thought she meant one in a dungeon. Yeah, that's what I thought. Linda Kane, Beautiful Boy. Or Cotters, Beautiful Boy. Is that the name of a film, Linda? I'm sort of guessing now because there's this huge delay. Hang on, I'm going to just scroll down a bit. My name is Auntie Mint. I always very busy with all this knit. Oh yes, now you say that, it rings a bell. Saw about half an hour, got bored. Oh, is that a new film? Totally with you, Richard. Oh, about the award ceremonies. I just don't understand. But my friend Harriet used to love watching them. When I was with her, she'd be going, oh, it's the BAFTAs on. We've got to watch the BAFTAs. It's like, well, who gives a monkeys? They're all patting themselves on the back. They're an elite bunch of people who are in such a privileged position. And now they're going to be giving themselves lumps of plastic sprayed gold or whatever to say, aren't they marvellous? And the weirdest thing is that we, the rest of the great unwashed, are all there going, oh, look. It's like, who reads Hello magazine? Who reads that nonsense about people just showing off the splendour and the wealth of money that they've got in these incredibly opulent surroundings? Who wants to see that and then go and look at where they are and think, I'm never going to amount to that, am I? Oh, I really genuinely don't understand what it is, this sort of weird, this trying to get people to kowtow to the very rich people who've just dripping in gold and satin and all this stuff, and making it, oh, you're amazing, oh, I wish I could have that. Because I don't think what they're not doing is really making people aspire to get to that. And they're not saying, well, if you work hard or if you do this, or you come up with a clever idea, or we'll help you get to this position. It's like, here's so some old tart who's got a fake tan, who's lost a lot of weight, gone into this very slim dress, you know, and is mutton dressed up as lamb most of the time. And we're all supposed to go, oh, she's so beautiful and she's so glamorous. And I just think, no, she's not. She's old. She's got wrinkly skin, and they've airbrushed most of it. I used to get the same when I used to entertain and juggle, and people would be turning up to some of these events at Park Lane hotels, and you'd see them, and someone would say, you know, there'd be this old trollop of about 96 coming in with all this pearls and all of this, and they go, oh, she's so glamorous. And I would just go, I'm sorry, I don't see, where's the glamour? And I don't want to be ageist or sexist or anything like that, but she's, you know, a lovely old lady, but why is she trying to sort of tuck bits in when it's all falling out, or it's just hanging off, and trying to sort of regain youth? I mean, you know, I think there is a certain respect to getting to a certain age and being of that age and living that age and being the age you are, and I think that's an important thing, that we're not always trying to look like we're in our 20s and look glamorous when most of your hair is missing, or it's so thin and you've got it in this great big fountain coif, and it's, you know, as thin as anything that you can see right through. It just looks like mist above somebody's head. It's ridiculous. I see the comments have all suddenly stopped. Everyone's rather stunned that I've said that, I think. Glenn Johnson says, I had to get a saucepan from my cupboard for the short misses. What did I miss? I'm not sure. Oh, yes, even. Mark says, I do like when our UK movies get some international recognition, but life is too short to watch these shows. Surely, you know, the films are just it depends. What is the film made for? Basically, it's made to make money. Not made to make your mouth water. It's made to make money. Not this great unwashed person, says Linda Kane. Jason Harville says the Mutual Appreciation Society Awards. Exactly. It's just people patting on themselves. The great unwashed, speak for yourself. Thanks, Lin Lu. I am one of the great unwashed, ladies and gentlemen. I have a bath every day. But yes, awards are boring and beyond words. I'm using, when I say the great unwashed, I'm not meaning it in a literal sense. I'm meaning it in how it is perceived from those up there in the Hello magazines, looking down on us in the real world of having to get on and do stuff because we do. We're not that lucky or privileged or born with the silver spoon in the appropriate place. Glenn Johnson says, I'm beautiful. I'm not saying you're not. I don't understand how it is that you misinterpret me, but that's it. Linda Kane says, no, kids thinks it'll just fall into their laps. That is a very truism, Linda. That is the very sad thing that these days you ask a lot of children, what do you want to be? And they'll say,
I want to be famous.
Famous doing what?
I don't know. I just want to be famous.
And it's that, I want to be famous, but for what reason? For doing good deeds, for inventing something new, discovering a new medicine, or for being the first something or other to set foot on Mars? What? To be famous for what? You know, the fame part is just the fact that people know about it. The fame, being famous, you know, do we still have it girls? Do we still have those in this world? It girls. And how were they ever a thing? That's what I would like to know. Steve Pilford says, what I don't understand is the credits on TVs and films. What other walk of life do you get told who the electrician was or the people who drove the lorry was? When you don't get a can of Coke and get hold of the info or get the bus and have a list of the mechanics. And on the mechanics on today's bus was Barry from Wigan, who was responsible for all the hexagon nuts, and Linda from Birmingham, who was responsible for handing Barry the correct implements whilst he was underneath the bus doing that. And the sump clearance on today's bus was done by Jim. Claire Leach says, I like the Brit Awards. Oh, do you? Fair enough. Robert Croser says, I'm a huge movie fan and I appreciate a great actor or film. Surely when you're watching it, you can appreciate them. That's the whole point. You're watching them, so you appreciate them. You don't need them, bear in mind that these films, they're being paid millions of pounds, and then that's not enough, is it? It's not enough. We're going to pay you to have a perfect life that you can swan about, have cameras and people pandering to you and putting on makeup and all those things and buying your clothes and looking after you and giving you a caravan and all of that, and you come out and you just say a few mumbled words like actors these days all do. And then we'll throw money at you and people will want to go to bed with you left, right and centre, wherever you go, and scream and throw their knickers at you, and we'll pay all that. And on top of that, we'll make a programme about how marvellous you are, and you can get up and make a speech and tell everybody how marvellous, and oh, I'm so pleased, and I've got to thank my mum for giving me, and my dad for providing the sperm, and it's so important that I was there, and oh yes, this is a token of recognition because I've worked so bleeding hard to be there. Yes, okay, I was pampered and given a lot of money and all the rest of it, and I'm never going to have to work again, even if I never get another film or anything, except of course I might buy another 1,700 houses all over the world, which of course I won't put any immigrants in because I'm not like that. No, I like to keep it all for myself because I've worked so bleeding hard. Milo says the Emperor's Clothes with the Vapid, Vashus and the Void. There we are. And the winner of this year's Best YouTube Light Entertainment, unfortunately the winner, Mr. Vobes from Worthing, couldn't be with us tonight. No, of course, I wouldn't give a monkey's. I'm catching up with something or other, says somebody. Claire Leach has just disappeared. Hold on a minute. Hold on. It's all going very quick. I'm catching up with Mr. Vobes. I look like a monk. Thank you very much. We will have the best monk lookalike competition very soon. Claire Leach says, my daughter doesn't think everything will just fall into her lap. No, that's very handy. She's probably been underneath the shelf where it collapsed and everything fell around her onto the floor, which isn't so good. David says, when I was at school, a teacher asked what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I said a burglar. I love it. Yes, that would be very funny. Jason Harwell says, I'd rather leave a good name behind than a dusty trophy. Yes, there you go. Because you can't take them with you, can you? You can't take them with you. You can have them in the box and have them rattling around. That would be good. No, we have girls called JC, says Barnes. JC. I'm not quite sure what that means. Emily Champion says, I don't watch television, you see, says, an it girl. Oh, I'm an it girl, especially when it comes to computers when they don't work at school. Oh, yes, it as in IT. Of course. How silly. Tracy Highland says, my 8-year-old daughter wants to be a paleontologist. That's dinosaur fossils, thank you. Yes, thank you. I managed to work that bit out. Paleontologist. We know that because the fossils are so pale. That's how they get their name, isn't it? They're so pale they've been around since the dinosaurs, I'm guessing. It may not be the true answer, but it's the answer I'm giving on the spare of the moment. We are 1 minute and 1 over time. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me tonight on tonight's show. It's been fun. And thank you for taking forever to guess what was in the box. That's been good too. Hopefully I'll be back on Wednesday. Got to make the most of me this week because next week I won't be around much. Monday I shall be away. Wednesday I shall be away. I'm going to be up north to Darlington neck of the woods. So apologies for that. Let's just get the last of the messages before we disembark. So Maya's talking to Steve and is replying to Steve. Sugget says, I'm still waiting for my award. Yes, you will no doubt wait a long time. And John Berger is saying awards. Here we go. It's going to be exciting what he's going to say. Awards ceremonies are nothing more than a cure for insomnia. Very true. Very true. What award is that, Mr. Sugget? Glenn Johnson says, my music has been used on films, has been used in credits, didn't change my bank balance. Did you send them an invoice? That would be the wise thing to do. Obscene amounts of money spent on producing films, in my opinion, says Linda Kane. Yes, quite right. How many women threw themselves at you after Snug and Cozy, says Ian Beddoes. Yeah, I'll tell you. Too many fingers on that hand. How many women? None. And I don't mean nuns. Thank you. Emily Champion says, only throw your pants at me if they are brand new and Marks and Spencer's. Yeah. Dean Cooper says, of all the actors in Schindler's List, was fantastic at portraying a dreadful situation. Fair enough. Steve Pilford says something, and Tracy says good night. Fantastic Monday show. There we go. That's it. Good. Marvellous. Thank you so much. We caught up with all the things. Oh, wait. Paul Watts says, I never understood how people complain about an MP takes a bit more in expenses than he should, or a failed bank boss gets a big bonus, but never complain about overpaid footballers who earn obscene amounts of money, whether they play or not. Yes, you see, market forces is a strange old business. But there we are. I'm going to have to leave it there, I'm afraid. But it's a good note to end on. Thank you so much. I will see you on Wednesday, same time, same place. Unless, you know, I am on Mars and beaming from the other side of the world. Thank you so much. Do take care. It's lovely to see you. And in the meantime, let me play out with my usual nonsense that I do. It's been marvellous, hasn't it? Been marvellous? It's been marvellous. Till the next time, thank you and goodbye.